Quick heads up before the video starts, this is part 2 to a 2-part series about my Blaze Black challenge. If you haven't seen the first one yet, go watch it. Link is in the description. With Skyla done for, we finally made it to the late game, and with very few deaths overall. But the hardship has only just begun, because we immediately have to do another rotation battle against Charon. And unlike the last few rotation battles against him, he has an actually menacing team this time. Staraptor, Gigalith, Alakazam, Gyarados, Simisage, and Emboar, all of which are absolute monsters, and most of which can genuinely sweep unprepared teams. In the end, we are at the mercy of the RNG gods because of the rotation battle. Here's how it went. Okay, now I don't know what to do. Let's go. Kill. Good. I'm 7 levels high. My god.
He's a kill with Stone Edge. Although nobody knows. He's gonna switch him.
Read like a book. That was not a crit. Right, you have that. What? Did I just fucking do that? Okay. Wild charge, please. That's a little scary.
That would be the one way. Oh, you're totally safe.
Does Leech Seed apply to this? I'm just like so fine. I'm like actually just so fine. Simisage. Shine. I just realized I didn't EV my Hydreigon. But I don't think that matters, it's a Hydreigon. Two flinches. Once we beat Charon, we get the TM for Surf, and the map finally gets opened up to us, and I get so many encounters. Out of all of the encounters I got, the notable ones are a Corsola, a Porygon at the P2 laboratory, and a Larvesta egg as a gift. And hey, we've come full circle. Remember earlier when I said I was delaying my Lost Thorn Forest encounter? To the novice Pokemon player, that might sound utterly useless and actually disadvantageous, but now that I have Surf, I have a reason to come back. Pokemon routes tend to have multiple ways to encounter Pokemon, Gen 5 having the most in any given game. In Lost Thorn alone, you can encounter Pokemon via Tall Grass, Shaking Tall Grass, Dark Tall Grass, Surfing, Surfing in a Bubbling Spot, Fishing, and Fishing in a Bubbling Spot, each of which have a different encounter table. And if you didn't know, Lost Thorn Forest has a 100% chance of encountering a Gyarados by surfing in the water, which is why I delayed my encounter for so long. At this point, all we really have to do left is the Ice Gym. There isn't really much to note in this gym, but ooh, you can skip a trainer because this rock doesn't really exist. I would say something along the lines of this gym is free since we have a Darmanitan and a Drought Volcarona, but you notice the title of this chapter. Volcarona's only fire move of worth at this point in the game is Heat Wave, which just so happens to be 90% accurate. And the Beartick in this gym has Rock Slide, which can and will one-shot Volcarona. It's even happened to me before. Heat Wave again, and then try attack the Beartick. Did they really just both avoid that?
Oh my god. See, this is what I was worried about when I did my plan. That Beartick would dodge the Heat Wave, and he would retaliate with Rock Slide. Which is exactly what happened to you, but worse.
But luckily, we don't end up getting that unlucky here. Hopefully be clean sweep. I have Darmanitan out here also, just so that for the Pokemon that like I really just cannot miss, I can just double target them just in case. Oh, I don't have Sun up. That's interesting. Okay. I'm the fastest on the field? What the hell? Oh, that just kills. Please die.
It's gonna die.
Cryogonal's physical defense is paper. Oh. What?
Again. You're fine though, unless it's crits.
I see 2 ice types on the screen.
Of course the Cryogonal avoids. Oh my god. This game's so awful. Yeah, I'm sweeping the ice gym.
Bright. This is like the second easiest gym in the game.
Look how well my Corsola is tanking. Reflect. Utter genius. Alright, got a lot of unlucky misses, but since I had 2 fire types, that was fine. With Bryson done, we're actually getting to some of the hardest parts in the game. I know I've said that before with Berg and Skyla's gyms, but genuinely these next 3 sections are full of run killers, even having normal trainers that are able to wipe you. Right off the bat, we have another run-in with Team Plasma, and they're forcing their way into Dragon Spiral Tower so N can awaken and tame Zekrom. As per usual, the adults are incapable of dealing with this themselves, so the 10-year-olds must unite to take down the criminal organization. But along the way, I score myself a guaranteed Alakazam in the Shaking Grass since I have Auto-No dupes. Dragon Spiral Tower isn't too tough considering the fact that it's just a bunch of Team Plasma grunts, but there is one notable moment where you get surrounded by grunts and have to fight in a gauntlet, where you fight them one after another with no opportunities to heal in between. At the top of the tower, I get my first view of this behemoth of a Pokemon. Now that N is all-powerful, we gotta go and find the other dragon, which just so happens to be in Relic Castle. So I fly on over and hey! Team Plasma! Again! I'm so excited to fight more Team Plasma. Unsurprisingly, there aren't any notable grunt fights here, so I just fall down the last sinkhole, find Getsis, and learn that the Lightstone is nowhere to be found. Big shock. Just as all hope is lost, it just so happens that the dormant legendary god was sitting pretty in Lenora's museum. That's awfully convenient. Well, whatever, we have the Lightstone now, and that's all that matters. Problem is, we don't know how to work this damn thing. There's no buttons, doesn't come with an unnecessary long instructional manual. I guess it's supposed to awaken to the other hero? Maybe it's like Face ID. I don't know. But Drayden probably does, so I gotta make my way over to Opelucid City. And be especially careful not to run into any trainers, because at this point I want to keep my death count low. Well, Bianca's here and for some reason wants to battle. Because why not? Problem is, this fight sucks. Bianca is finally breaking the norm and has an actually difficult battle. Not really difficult because her team is menacing, but because it's a triple battle. I don't really have any particular strategies in mind, so I just lead with some type advantages and pray. And all I have to be careful of is to keep my Pokemon in the right slots. Surely that won't be difficult. Something as conceptually simple as correctly ordering my party isn't difficult. I won't mess it up. A 5-year-old could do it. Right? Okay, I fucked up real bad. I meant to have... I meant to have Shift Tree on the Persian side so I could outspeed it and fake out. Didn't end up happening. Okay, alright. That changes things. Well, I messed it up. I genuinely don't know how I fucked that up. It really just straight up isn't that hard to correctly order your team, but I managed to fuck it up, and now we're down 2 really good Pokemon. But hey, we're in Opelucid now! That's nice. There isn't much to do here, to be honest. All we have to do is mash through, enjoy this awe-inspiring tale of 2 dragons and 2 heroes! And yeah, I don't remember shit. Does anyone actually read these? Now it's time for and I'm actually being serious this time, hardest gym in the game. This gym is really hard for a number of reasons. Number 1, it's a dragon gym. Dragon types are really strong since fairy isn't in the game yet. Number 2, this gym doesn't just have dragon types. I don't remember 100% of the Pokemon you see there, but one of the trainers has a Milotic, and I believe one has a Charizard. And to top it all off, after the 3rd trainer, you get locked into the gym and are forced to go through a gauntlet of trainers with no way back to the Pokemon Center until you finish. And in this gauntlet, unfortunately, the lives of our Alakazam, Basculin, and Swanna were taken. And to be honest, I kinda threw Alakazam's life away with a really dumb play. Regardless, I make it through, and it's Drayden time. Drayden's fight is usually either a train wreck where you wipe, or you absolutely destroy him. And this outcome is entirely encounter dependent. There aren't any particularly interesting gimmicks at play, like retaliating normal types on switch-in, or triple battle flying types, but it's still really daunting because, like I said, dragon types. They only have 2 weaknesses in this game, Ice and Dragon, both types being reasonably hard to come by. Luckily for me, I have this cool Pokemon called Hydreigon, and I don't really need to say anymore.
Risk it for the biscuit, nothing to it but to do it, as they say.
About what I expected. That's annoying, but not the end of the world. Because I think I just break his sub, and then now we're just back to square one, right? Of course, the Salac Berry. Okay, this kills. They nerfed Flygon's special defense in this game. I also made all of my calcs for level 66, so now that I'm level 67, I'm, like, even safer. Also, I saw someone sweep this with a Kingdra, and Kingdra is just worse in both stats than Hydreigon, so I think I'm fine with Hydreigon.
Hey, you're gonna be fine.
Okay, moment of truth. Kill. Yes!
I told you, it makes this gym easy.
Okay, I don't know why I was so worried. I'm fine. I'm, like, literally so fine. 8th gym leader, by the way. With Drayden done, I can just about see the light at the end of the tunnel. All that stands in my way of winning this challenge is our last rival fight against Charon, the Elite Four, N, and Ghetsis. Just 4 fights. Oh, and bullshit Victory Road trainers.
Uh-oh.
Why do you get that? Why do you get that? Just murder this, please. No shot! No shot! That doesn't kill.
God.
Oh, by the way.
The jet box is not looking good.
Hey, you know why I didn't one-shot it?
Bum, bum, ba-dum. This was a great idea, by the way.
Why did it kill? Why did it kill? Oh. This doesn't kill, but like, what the fuck?
By the way,
That was a crit, Jesus.
in the sun, so.
Tail glow fucking Ampharos. Why does Ampharos get tail glow? Gerano, what kind of crack were you smoking? I'm genuinely so curious as to what prompted you to create such a ridiculous Pokemon. Triano's ridiculous balancing decisions aside, I'm just kidding, Triano, I love you, your games are so goated. We have to kick Charon into the dirt one last time before I can move on. His team is pretty much the same as the rotation battle at Twist Mountain, so there isn't anything to point out this time. Here's how the fight went.
I'm gonna scream very loud. Should I get it from Steam Unlocked?
And then you scald. Okay, that's dead. Please high roll, please high roll. Oh my god, the freeze. Oh my god, I just barely got out of that alive. After all of the required trainers, I slither on through Victory Road, skipping a few trainers in the mountain, and I did it. I made it to the Pokemon League. We're in the home stretch. After 70 attempts, I finally made it, and I couldn't have been more excited.
Hi, welcome to the restaurant. What can I get for you today?
Can I just have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, please?
Oh, certainly. I'll go get that for you right quick.
Thank you.
He walks away. Comes back. I'm terribly sorry to say this, sir, but we just ran out of jelly.
Oh,
But-
that's really unfortunate.
But it's okay. Because we just found Pokemon Black here to serve you this PB!
Now that I'm at the Pokemon League, I can fly to it at any point that I want, and all that's left is to team build for the Elite Four, and Getsus fights. The really interesting thing about this game is that unlike most other games where you do 5 fights in a row, in this game you get access to a Peeler, and even a teleport out of N's castle before you fight N and Getsus. So if you want, you can build 2 completely separate teams for the E4 fights and N and Getsus. But considering I've lost so many good Pokemon, I don't really have the luxury of having 2 completely separate teams of good Pokemon. But that isn't to say that I don't have options. After a couple hours of careful thinking, I have a completely foolproof plan for all of these fights. My team for the Elite Four ended up being the following: Athena the Hydreigon, Sol the Volcarona, Kamar the Darmanitan, Amphitrite the Milotic, Phanes the Togekiss, and our Apex Predator, Lord and Savior, Secret Demon, Trump Card, Silly, the level 38 Shuppet, whose purpose will be revealed very soon. In addition to team building, another really important part of planning is deciding what order to do the Elite Four in, because starting in Gen 5, you started being able to challenge the Elite Four in any order that you wanted to. After careful consideration, I decided on the order Caitlyn the Psychic Elite Four, Chantal the Ghost Elite Four, Marshall the Fighting Elite Four, and lastly Grimsley the Dark Elite Four. We wake Caitlyn from her nap and start the battle, leading Volcarona and Hydreigon against her Sigilif and Musharna. Honestly, there isn't much to talk about in this fight. In theory, her team is really scary, but the problem for her is that I have 2 Pokemon that outspeed and one-shot every Pokemon on her team, and unfortunately for her, her gimmick is Trick Room. And if you didn't know, Trick Room is a move with the lowest level of priority in the game. So her only way to turn the match around would be to somehow get a Trick Room off, making her slow Pokemon move before my fast Pokemon. But because of the minimal priority, and the fact that her Pokemon are just generally slow, they can never use Trick Room, and we just tear through her team in a couple of turns. I've calced literally all of these. Good. Good.
Regardless, it's not threatening because, aside from setting up Trick Room, it has no Psychic type.
Kill this, please. Good. Reuniclus is more bulky though, so I might as well do it with my stronger Pokemon. Volcarona is stronger than Hydreigon. You think of like the pseudo legends as these like gods, but like most of the time it's just because they have a high base stat total, and it's often because their base stats are really spread out. Chantal is next, and she falls almost as quickly. Similar to Caitlyn, Chantal just doesn't have the speed to deal with my sweepers. In this case, Darmanitan and Hydreigon. This would have been a clean sweep if it weren't for two things. A slightly incorrect calc I made, and remember when I said earlier that this Darmanitan not having sheer force would be a problem? Yeah, that kind of threw a wrench in my plans. Kill. This should kill. What?
Worst case scenario is the Hydreigon goes down here.
Yeah, no, this is definitely dead because he has soft sand. Damn it! Why didn't that kill? I calced that shit. Good. That just murders it.
Did you need Darmanitan for anything else, really?
No, I don't believe so. Like, I mean, it's extra firepower galore. And then I double target the Mismagius because Jellicent just still doesn't do very much, and I also don't want to get Curse Body fucked. This kills. Good. Okay. Good. Alright. I didn't need Darmanitan anywhere. I didn't need it anywhere else. It would be nice to have, but this isn't the end of the world. After that hiccup, I was pissing myself. I really couldn't afford for any of my plans to go wrong, and triple-checked my calcs for the next few fights. Thankfully, I really didn't need Darmanitan for any of my other fights. They were there just for backup damage if I needed it. Speaking of other fights, my plan for this Marshall fight was the same for Caitlyn and Chantal. Except for one little problem. Sock. Sock unfortunately has the ability Sturdy, which ruins the plan of outspeeding and sweeping everyone since it can't be killed by one instance of damage and will always survive on at least 1 HP, assuming the attack hit only once. My solution for this was simple. Use a move to flinch the Sock that turn, breaking it Sturdy and letting me sweep. But Filter, you don't have any Pokemon faster than Sock with flinching moves? Wrong. After my calcs, I determined that my Togekiss would be faster than the Sock, and it just so happens to learn the move Fling, which, if I equipped it with a Razor Fang, would flinch the Sock. With this plan in mind, I led Togekiss and Volcarona. This has to kill.
throw's kind of bulky. I don't know.
No. It's not very specially bulky last time I checked. Oh, maybe I tank this? Oh, that's really fucking... I count shit. You should not be fucking faster.
Well, why did he not go in the Volcarona slot? That should have been a Giga Punish.
Good. Now I just need the Mean Shao to target Togekiss, like it did before. And please, please. I don't like that.
I'm surprised you outsped.
Good. Kill, please. Please. What's it doing? This should kill. No universe where this doesn't kill. That would mathematically make no sense. And then I outspeed here. Good. And then the Breloom comes out. It has Spore, Bullet Seed, Drain Punch, Mach Punch. Literally nothing that could kill the Volcarona, and this is probably just a double target. At this point, I'm pissing myself, even more than before. I'm 3 battles in, one of which I'm not even sure if I deserved the win in because of the sheer amount of misplay and luck. Call me a ditto, because I got hella imposter syndrome after all of that. Did I truly win that fight? Did I deserve that? Did I really get to call myself a victor after that fight? Yes, absolutely. I'm 70 fucking attempts in. Marshall should have just played around those flinches. I don't know what to say. Get shit on. GG fucking easy. I'm trying to be a nicer person. I'm really trying. It's hard, but I'm trying. All that's left in this gauntlet is Grimsley. Just one more fight. And honestly, it might just be the hardest of all 4. Mostly because of his lead Pokemon. A Prankster Liepard with Thunder Wave and Charm, and a Speed Boost Sharpedo. So you get crippled by one Pokemon, and the other slowly speeds up and hits pretty hard. This fight is really scary. But this is where our little guy Silly comes in. Ordinarily, I'd want to lead Volcarona and Hydreigon since they're my most powerful and fast Pokemon to sweep through his team, but there's one problem. After doing calcs, my Hydreigon is just barely too weak to one-shot some of Grimsley's Pokemon if it doesn't hold a Life Orb. Now, the obvious decision would just be to give it a Life Orb, right? But I can't do that because of the Liepard lead. I have no idea who the Liepard would decide to use Thunder Wave on, so the safest option would be to give both Volcarona and Hydreigon a Cherry Berry, which cures paralysis. But if I go with the safe option, my Hydreigon can't kill some of the Pokemon, and it's just an endless circle. So my plan was simple. Volcarona can kill things without a Life Orb, Hydreigon can't. So we need to get the Hydreigon in safely at some point, early on this fight, once the Liepard is dead. So my plan was to lead Volcarona and Silly. This would end up baiting one of 8 options for the Liepard. If the Liepard Thunder Waved either of my Pokemon, it wouldn't matter since Silly is fodder and Volcarona has a Cherry Berry. If the Liepard Charmed either Pokemon, it wouldn't matter because Silly is fodder and Volcarona is a special attacker, whereas Charm lowers physical attack. If the Liepard Sucker Punched either Pokemon, Volcarona would just take a small amount of damage and not be dead to crit, and Silly, to prevent it by being killed from a Sucker Punch, would use Will-O-Wisp, which would cause Sucker Punch to fail. And if the Liepard used Night Slash on either of my Pokemon, Volcarona would outspeed and kill it. Then the Sharpedo would see a kill on Silly and kill Silly instead of Volcarona, which it doesn't see a kill on because of the Sun Volcarona sets up, which weakens Sharpedo's water type moves. Then I can get a clean switch, letting my Hydreigon in, now without the threat of the Prankster Liepard, and I can snowball the rest of the fight. Alright, good luck. Hi, Peachel. That's strange. Okay, I can't say I like that. But hey, he killed Silly. That just kills. I don't like I am cucked offensively, kind of, sort of, but But since the Sharpedo does literally fucking nothing to me, I'm effectively in a 2v1 right now. So... Please no defense drop. Good. Please kill, maybe? This is really bulky. Holy shit, that's good. That is so good for me. I get the Toxic off. The Houndoom has hidden power, but it doesn't specify what hidden power.
I hate that they do that.
So it might just be random, to be honest. That's just actually nothing, you idiot. And now you either Sucker Punch again and do air, or you just die. It's
Because
Marvel skill, or multi-skill.
No,
Whichever one
just-
is the status.
just check it for me, please. I swear I remember a conversation where I asked you what ability your Milotic was, and you said multi-scale. So, don't tell me I just asked you to poison your multi-scale Milotic.
That kills. Let's focus on
It didn't matter, though.
Huh. Fucking idiot.
Get shit on.
Let's go! Let's go! E4 done. Holy shit. Holy shit. Quick! Crazy out of nowhere end of the world plot device! This is like the sickest fucking cutscene ever. Like, you know, in other gens, it's like, you know, Archie, like, floods the world. That's pretty cool. But, like, think about how raw this shit is. Just a castle out of nowhere. Under the Pokemon League this entire time. Okay, Nuzlocke aside for a moment, I have a question. How awful are the Elite Four and Champion if they didn't notice a castle being built directly under them? Like, not even like a mini base, a full-on damn castle bigger than the Pokemon League. And for at least 20 years, mind you, since the castle has N's childhood playroom, and N is 20 in Black and White. So for at least 20 years, this castle just kind of sat there and no one noticed. No one noticed. Not a single person noticed Team Plasma walking in and out of it. And then it just kind of erupts from the center of the earth? How does the castle even take this kind of abuse? Like, it went through at least like 30 feet of straight up stone. Is the castle that durable? We find that N beat the champion, and honestly, I'm not that surprised. Alder's just been goofing off for like a year, and N just pulled up with a god in his party. Not a particularly fair matchup. So we follow N through his castle, and don't challenge him immediately, because I need more prep time. A couple more hours later, and I had a new team for N in the Getsus fight. It's pretty much the exact same as the Elite Four team, except I substituted Gyarados for Darmanitan and Steelix for Silly. My strategy doesn't really change much for these two upcoming fights. I'm still going for a sweep, it's just that I'm using different Pokemon. My strategy for both fights is totally original and doesn't at all come from a certain best Nuzlocke in the world's Blaze Black run. My strategy is the ever-powerful Gyarados and its ability Moxie, which boosts its attack by 1 stage for every kill it gets. Problem is, there's like a decent amount of RNG that could stop me from sweeping both teams. In both fights, I have to start off by using a Dragon Dance, so I can both one-shot the enemies and boost my speed for the rest of the fight. In the end fight, he leads with a Disguised Zoroark, which has a Dark Gem Night Daze, which is a powerful move with a 40% chance to lower my accuracy. If If that happens, I'll more than likely miss moves during the rest of this fight, and probably lose. And if the move crits, it will always kill my Gyarados. So I, in one turn, have to dodge a 40% chance and a 1 in 16. But if I can get past that, the rest should come easily. The only difference in the Ghetsis fight is I have to dodge another crit. Unlike the other Gyarados strats I've seen in these two fights, I'm running Walk-On Berry on my Gyarados, which you can thief off of Wild Weasel and Floatzel, specifically because of Ghetsis' Genocide, which has Thunderbolt and a Focus Sash. The plan for Ghetsis is to sweep everything, and once the Genocide comes out, I take it to 1 HP, it Thunderbolts me, I dodge a crit, live, kill it, and then sweep as much of the rest of the team as I can. With all that said, here's how my plan went. Oh my god, I didn't teach a waterfall. Jesus Christ. Fuck you, Outrage. Okay, one last time to make sure I didn't miss anything just like there. Earthquake, Waterfall, Dragon Dance, Crunch. And you have the Walk-On Berry. Life Orb with as great as type coverage as you do. Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Bug Buzz, Toxic Stall, Toxic Stall, Toxic Stall. Okay. End of the game. Oh, okay, so I couldn't have poisoned Infiltrate anyway.
Oh yeah, that's good to know.
This is it. I have to dodge a crit, and I have to dodge the accuracy drop. The crit is a 1 in 16 to happen, and 40% chance. I just have to dodge both of those. Let's do this. No crit, no accuracy drop. No crit, no accuracy drop. No crit. Let's go! Okay. Now this is a waterfall. Let's go! Damn right you give me that Moxie boost. Zekrom, that's fine. I'm +2, this thing dies. Earthquake. Kill. Waterfall. Waterfall. And the Slowbro comes out and that's a crunch. Oh wait, no, he has the other back. Crunch. Let's fucking go. Oh, I'm shaking right now. One last fight. That's it. Fight. Just have to hope he Toxic Spikes. He probably will. Because like you said, I don't think AI takes crits into account. And it's probably just gonna Toxic Spikes here. But I still cannot just like expect that everything's gonna go well. What's it gonna be? Why? No,
Idiot.
like really, why? Genuinely, what is... Oh no, the Toxic Spikes. When I switch in my Pokemon, they're gonna get toxic. Not even toxic, they're just gonna get normal poison. If anything, that helps my... my Milotic. Okay. That walk-on berry and that high special defense. Save me. No shot this kills. I'm 4 levels higher. Come on. Full restore. Not gonna help you. My dragon comes out already. Ooh. Gotta hope this does as much damage as possible. Alright, that's fine. He uses Draco Meteor, which actually is pretty good. Oh, no, but he has White Herb. Okay. Alright. I also want Soul out because they have Thunderbolt for the Gyarados. Bug Buzz. Good. Thunderbolt. And it's just the Dusknoir left. This thing does nothing. It has what? It has Payback, Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, Earthquake. Holy shit! I did it. I did it. I did it. It took 70 attacks and I did it. I did it. After 70 attempts and 600 hours of wiping, getting shitty encounters, and even getting to Drayden twice and Victory Road once, I did it. The challenge was over. And honestly, it was a treat. I may have called a ton of stuff bullshit, but this run was super fun. It upped the typically lackluster encounter variety of the original Pokemon Black game, gave you so many tools and items for team building, and upped the difficulty without feeling annoying or excessive. For one of Drayano's early hacks, it's super damn good, and if you want a challenge while still playing something that's faithful to the original game, Blaze Black is a perfect game, regardless of if you're a Nuzlocke or tryhard like me, or just a casual. Overall, I know I sound like a broken record, but this challenge was great, and I'm super excited to have finished it. I know I made a little joke about this earlier, but if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I got a lot planned for the future of this channel, including Nuzlockes and a lot of non-Pokemon related challenge runs if that interests you. You should also follow some of my other socials. I got a Twitter, a Discord, Twitch, and a TikTok, which I'm all active on. especially my Twitch where I'm going to be streaming my next challenge run, which will start relatively soon, and it will be announced on those socials. Anyway, if you made it this far, thanks for watching, I really appreciate it, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye-bye.
I'm running. I'm running. I'm running. I'm running. I'm running this game, man. Gym so icy, wonder why they wipe me. I'm just running, I just wipe now to the E4 back to Striaton. Every attempt that I try, it's inspiring. Blaze black, blaze black, blaze black, blaze black, blaze black. I'm just running. I just set up this Muma now. I'm playing encounter so mid. I feel like I gotta reset. Every attempt that I try, it's inspiring. Blaze black, blaze black, blaze black, blaze black, blaze black. I'm just running. I'm with all my mods. Yeah, we fighting not alone. Getting these encounters, yeah. Getting me some dupes. Found a Gibble in Wellspring, feed 'em. Rare candy. Get on PK Hex. Get 999 flying gems. Get that.